Hey you guys, Blessed Yu-Gi-Oh here, and this time I'm giving you guys what you've been asking for. You have me playing Salamangreat. Good old reliable, right? So my dueling book name is Heads King 24. You guys should know if you check any of my descriptions and any of my videos. I'm playing against Jose Rique, I think. He was a pretty cool guy when we were playing. He was actually playing pure Eldlich with some spice. So I'll just get right into the deck, and I was also playing Salamangreat with some spice. It's pure Salamangreat, it's not Dogmatica. So I actually think Salamangreat can keep up this format if you're the right pilot for it and you deck build it correctly. I think you're absolutely fine. So my opening hand is Pot of Desires, Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, Parallel Exceed, Will of the Salamangreat, and Signet Mining. His opening hand is Pot of Extrav, Droplet, Hikero, Skullmeister, TT. So not too strong for him. My Ash Blossom is pretty impactful just due to his low amount of impactful cards. So yeah, I'll just go right into it. I'll try to explain like processes, my thought process of why I'm playing certain ways. So he goes Pot of Extrav. I immediately discard Ash Blossom because I'm not going to let you draw any cards. You're playing a Pot of Extrav deck, which means you're playing a trap deck, which means you're playing a bad deck, which means Ash is highly impactful versus you. So after this, you're just going to set 3 and pass. So I draw for turn. I draw impermanence for turn. My hand looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. So I don't have any Salamangreat cards in my hand, which is the problem. If I would have had like any normal summonable monster, this hand would have been a lot better. If this Imperm was anything I could normal summon, it would have just been a lot better. A lot of people say Imperm's not that strong in this format. I pretty much use this as a hand trap that functions as a going second card versus Drytron, because you don't want to just lose to a Vanity's Ruler. So having infinite impermanence when they search the orange light instead of searching purple light, it's really good because they have to leave purple light in deck for a search target for Eva. So more likely, more or less of the time, they won't have it if they don't know you're playing like a trap deck. Like they won't be searching because like purple light can't stop roar, and that's like what you're mainly going to get in this deck. So impermanence will resolve like majority of the time. But I look at my hand. I see he has 3 back row. I don't know what I'm playing against still. I'm thinking Altergeist maybe, right? So I'm probably going to get to start my turn here, and this Parallel Exceed is probably just going to get to any Cyber Sling 2 I want. So I'm like, I can discard. The only card in my hand I can afford to discard is Will on not knowing what he's playing, because Impermanence, it gives me interaction for his turn if I get stopped on my turn. Desires, I don't want to activate that until I've started playing my combo pieces. Because you don't want to banish your Sanctuary or your Gazelle or your Roar or your Rage. But like Desires is insane in the deck because like you can get all that out the deck before you start your combo. So like I'm gonna go Signet Mining here, and I'm gonna discard Will before I do anything because I want to discard a card that I can get back. So like I'm not really losing anything here, and that way I don't have to get Gazelle my first search off of Signet Mining either. I like to keep Gazelle in my deck too. So I'm going to Signet Mining for this left zone. Even if I don't have much on the field, for some reason I always just never like activating in any other card zones. So it resolves. So I'll go to get Spinning. So the reason I got Spinning here instead of Jaguar is because if I get Jack can't get me to Sunlight Wolf with getting me back a Will. But if I get Spinny, I can. Because I'll go with Spinny, you go normal Spinny, obviously, special Spinny, do the Parallel Exceed thing. But on board, you'll have you'll have 2 Parallel Exceeds, a Balinks, and then you'll have to use Spinny effect to special summon itself back, and then make Sunlight Wolf, and then relink, and then get back a Will. But if I get Jack, when I do that same exact play, I have to activate Sanctuary first and put the Balinks in Grave before I can use Jack's effect to special himself back. So when I do that, I can't relink again with Sanctuary to get the Will back, so it'll just be sitting in Grave. So I got Spinny. Also, if you get debug, you can't do the same thing, etc. On this build, I'm actually playing Buffalo over debug too. So normal Spinny, attempt to do the same thing I was doing. Bailings reveal Parallel Z. Parallel Z effect. And on summoning, he TTs. This was actually really good to stop my turn. I had already normal summon. Spinny needs a Salamangreat on board to resolve, and I don't have a Bailings on board to protect my Bailings. So he TTs for 3, which puts me an entire turn behind. So I go activate Desires. I draw Droplets and Falco. Normally this would be really good if I'm playing against like anything that's trying to combo, but this Droplets doesn't function as good as I want. But Drops is such a good card, like I still end up using it because it's so good in this deck by putting something in grave and also stopping a boss monster by like halving the attack. So he had Heroes here, which was really smart of him as well, because if he let my impermanence sit and then he eventually ever summoned Lord, I would have just locked his Hakiro. And he also starts pinging damage. And he's so fortunate because he draws like Strike for turn. Swings for 18. I was surprised he didn't make Link Spider and then start like setting the Eldlich and just start like beating me down with Lord, but I guess he just doesn't play Link Spider. Or actually he might have banished it off Extrav. I forgot he Extrav. So he set Solemn. Yeah, I can check. Did he banish? Oh yeah, he banished the Link Spider. He only plays one, that's funny. So I draw Jack for turn, which is crazy, right? Because if you notice, I have Spinny, Jack, Falco. That's 3 extenders on my turn, especially with Droplets. So this play, I'm gonna go normal summon Jack and link all. Actually, I normal summon Jack, and then I use Spinny effect to go straight into Sunlight Wolf. Reason why is because I don't want to waste all my Bailingses, and I already have one engraved to protect. A lot of people would have summoned Bailings first, but you really need a normal summonable. You really need a Link 1 to extend later on in the game, and like you can't always put back your Bailingses with your Jacks. I mean with your Jack, because like you're using the effect half the time to protect them. So I just use Spinny effect. And like doing this, I still have an extender in my grave, right? So like I still have Jack and Falco. I have Falco in hand. If Spinny was Foxy, it would have been crazy. I forgot to banish the Spinny, but he's gonna banish it for me. He strikes my summon. And I pass turn. Not much I can do. Don't set the Droplets here, because you never just want to get punished. You'd rather him always think this was like a hand trap, and it's also not really doing anything against his deck anyway. So he swings for 18 again. He sets the Elixir. Passes turn. I draw Pop for turn, which is really bad because I already popped. So I go normal Falco. Link off. And a Bailings. Then I use Jack's effect to special summon. Now I didn't use Falco's effect, but I'm good to set the wheel because I'm planning on getting it back. And that could have been a misplay by me. But I was trying to recur after TT. I probably should have got the will, but I was trying to recur monsters in my hand because I was running out of resources. So here instead I used Falco's effect to bounce Jack to my hand instead of setting the will, because I figured Sunlight Wolf would get me that far anyway. Because I'm like in my head we're both top decking this trap. The trap in the farthest right zone that he hasn't done anything all game. So like I'm reading on that's not like a conch or a TT or a Eldlich, right? Because he would have just used it by now. So I'm just reading that that's a dead card, and then he just draws Eldlich for turn. So I go into Sanctuary, Sunlight Wolf, and he uses Eldlich, right? Which is nuts. And his set card in the farthest right, it was actually Droplets. So he changed the Droplets, and then I just lose at that point. So I set one and pass. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm still fine in this situation because he has no negates on board, right? So his droplets is gonna get rid of desires and damage step and make his lord go to grave, and he's gonna crash with his Hakira anyway. So I clear 2 dudes with the droplets. So it puts me back in like an even game state. And I still have a normal summonable monster for next turn, but he drew the Destiny for turn, like he drew the Eldlich for turn to get rid of my Sunlight Wolf during battle phase, so I couldn't keep up after that. I really needed the Sunlight Wolf to stay, like, really bad. And now he just sets 2. I can't keep up. He sets Hakiro. And this was such a huge misplay by me, guys. So I actually thought he set Conk. So if he sets Conk, the correct play is to normal Jack and then try to combo off like I did. But he sets Hakiro, and Buffalo just beats Hakiro, and I'm so mad. I was so mad because like when he flipped Hakiro, I literally thought he set Conk, and that was just my fault not paying attention. And I would have just been able to net myself literally 2 free cards, as well as put Jack and Grave to extend. And then those 2 cards I could have drawn could have just been insane. Like, literally just could have been insane. Like, could have been 2 more extenders. I wish I could, like, look. I probably should have milled 2 after. But instead I go normal Jack. Because I'm trying to play through Conk here. So, like, I have a Balinx. In my head, I'm trying to play through Conk. So, I have a Balinx and Grave. So, I'm like, as long as I have a Salamangreat monster on board, I'm fine. Like, he can't ever respond with Conk. I mean, he's not going to kill me through Balinx. There's multiple Balinxes on Balinxes. I'm fine. And then I'm going to be able to use my Flame Buffalo next turn to net me some more free cards. But I'm terrible, obviously, at the game because I can't read. So I use Jack's effect. He changed Hakiro. And then I just admit defeat because I didn't see it. Yeah, it was pretty bad on me. So next game, game 2, I open Droplets, Falco, Ash Blossom, Foxy, Parallax Z. Not as strong as a hand as last game. A little unfortunate. And he opens kind of the nuts. He opens like evenly Lightning Storm, Eldlich, Con, Lightning Storm. So I'm going to show you guys why like Salap's super strong. Because I was able to play like through all of that. So I'm going to start my turn. I got really lucky on this, I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't matter because I got evenly anyway, right? So I go normal Foxy, right? And I was debating on using his effect. But I'm like, I can go normal Foxy, no effect. Link him off into Balinx. Balinx effect, Search Sanctuary. Reveal Parallax Z. Special Parallax Z. Make whatever rank 4 I want. Foxy effect. I mean, I don't even have to make the rank 4 yet. Foxy effect. Discard Falco. Special summon Foxy. Falco effect. Special himself. Bounce Foxy. So on field I have double Parallax Z. Falco. Balinx. And then I go link Balinx and Falco into Sunlight Wolf, reincarnate Sunlight Wolf, make any rank 4 I want under Sunlight Wolf, add back the other Salamangreat, add back Foxy. Then I have Sunlight Wolf, rank 4, and both my Salamangreats in hand with Ash Blossom and Droplets. But instead I try to hit a trap because I'm like, I have a bunch of salad cards in my deck, so I haven't hit any, so I'm going to try. So I milled 3, and my third card I hit Raid, so I'm like, oh god, yes. Puts back the Droplets in the call by. Make the Balinx, I go Parallax Z. And I'm kind of glad I didn't overextend though. Like, it's not really overextending because I put everything back, but like, I was trying to play around the beard too a little. I figured I didn't want to lose like all my cards to the beard because that play only goes through if I don't get in the beard. Like the play I was previously talking about to reset my whole hand, that play only goes through if I don't get in the beard. So I just reincarnate Baling, so I have a Rage pop for 1, I go for Dweller. Set 1 and pass. I don't set the droplets because, again, we're not trying to play in the lightning storms and evenly. And he draws Lord for turn. Like, this dude's hand is nuts, right? So I don't stand by Dweller. We were never doing that. No one plays Kaijus. He goes battle phase. And when he does this, at this point, I'm like, you are insane. Like, you've been opening the nuts. He goes evenly. I chain Dweller here. I go activate Rage, tribute Balinks to pop my Sanctuary. So all my cards don't get banished. Because as long as my cards are in the grave, it's fine. That's where I want them anyway. Like, I can get them back. But unfortunately, I have to banish my Rage here. Then he goes Lord's Effect, send Lightning Storm to send Dweller. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he goes set 2, pass. I'm like, cool. I'm cool with that. Because I have an Ash in my hand. You're not getting Lord on board this turn. Like, I can full combo. I go normal Falco. Go into Balinks. And the reason I went into Falco instead of Jack was because I have Foxy's effect. So I'm going to use Falco effect to set the field spell. I know y'all was like, how you going to use Falco? Sanctuary and Grave. Yeah, I'm nice. Now I use Foxy, discard the Jack, special Foxy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm winning this game. Like, there's no way he has anything. Once I get to Sunlight Wolf, and I put back that, and I get to this, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like I just win. I'm not really worried about anything at this point. He adds back to Foxy. And so, like, if I would have been hesitant on summoning back Jack, right, before I went to battle phase, which is obviously, I played correctly, because, like, you were always pushed for damage, but I forgot, like, I wasn't reading a Sanguine, because if I was, I would have waited until I got to battle phase, attacked with Sunlight Wolf. He goes Sanguine, I go Ash, and I go Jack, get back the Ash off Sunlight Wolf instead of Foxy. But he goes Sanguine, and I go Ash. And he takes it. Oh, he doesn't take it. He puts it in defense. And I'm like, oh yeah, 18. I can't beat 18. I'm like, unfortunately, I just can't beat 18. Cross goes Meister for turn. He's going to send Conk with Lord. So he specials Lord. That's at 35. Swings over Jack. I banished the Balinks. I was thinking about it at first, but then I was like, why wouldn't I want an extra monster on board for my next turn? Because now I just do Upj Dammer, OTK. Goes in phase, sets 2. So I'm like, all I have to play through this time. I made sure I remember this time. I'm like, all I have to play through this time is a Hakiro. So I'm like, I don't think I can play through Hakiro and kill this guy low key. Depending on what he Hakiros. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me get lucky again. I got lucky once, right? I count the cards. I'm like, how many Salamangreat cards are out of my deck? Sure. I go Foxy effect again. First I go Falco effect. I'm sorry, to reset my hand. Always, that's the first thing I always do. I use my Grave effect. I use Skullmeister's Falco. I'm like, cool. That baits the hand trap. Now I go Foxy effect, and then this is nutty. Look at that. I hit the wheel, and he literally just scoops after I hit the wheel. I immediately take the looks like I'm killing you. I don't care what you have now. Like I'm killing you. And then he just scoops, and I'm like, that was nuts. So I still game 2 after opening pour my opponent evenly me, having Lightning Storm. Like it was crazy. You know what's wild? Now I think about it, like after he evenly me and I kept Dweller, he didn't even have to Lord effect and Sin with Lightning Storm. He didn't have to Lord Lightning Storm Sin. He could just Lightning Storm my. Oh no, it was in defense. Yeah, he had to Lord it. He had to Lord it. All right, so here I open double Lightning Storm, Buffalo Parallax Z Roar, and I'm like, ugh, saying kind of yuck. I really hope my opponent just set a bunch of back row, right? And then watch this. So he sets a bunch of back row, and I'm looking at my hand. I'm just sitting there thinking in draw phase, and I'm like, I can actually just kill you if you don't have a hand trap, right? So like. At first I was thinking about like, man, I can't get to any real plays, but like, I can just kill you. So I just kill him with these 2 cards after I Lightning Storm him. I was hoping he had a Judgment. I was praying he had a Judgment, but it didn't matter. I kill you regardless. So I go Lightning Storm, and he emits defeat. He shows me his back row. It was Droplet, Hakero, Kant, and Scarlet. It didn't really matter, because even if he's Scarlet's right and Special's Lord, I'm going to pop with access code. So I ended up doing just full combo. I don't know if you guys can see it through things. So I go normal Buffalo, special Bailings, reveal Parallel Exceed, get the field spell, Parallel Exceed, and Bailings, make Splash Mage effect, special back Buffalo, and then use the other Parallel Exceed and Buffalo to make Update Jammer, and then use Splash Mage Update Jammer to make Transcode, and use Transcode to bring back the Update Jammer, and use Update Jammer and Transcode to make Access Code, and use Update Jammer, Access Code, and use 10k. I mean, he's 5k and he attacks twice, so it's 10k. And I was gonna pop the Lord if he summoned it off of this. So yeah, I just kill him. South's just pretty crazy. Oh, I could have done that. I'm stupid. Yeah, South's just pretty crazy. It was pretty wild. Well, if you guys want the deck list for this, let's make sure we get this video to at least 100 likes. 100 likes and I'll pull up the Salamangreat deck profile for you guys. It's pretty nasty, I promise you, and it can definitely compete. As you see, it wasn't just due to the blowouts, right? Because like if I Lightning Storm him and my deck's poop, right? Like I shouldn't be able to just kill you with two cards that aren't even part of my engine. Like Buffalo and Parallel Z don't have anything to do with the Salamangreat cards, right? Like I can kill you with a single Sunlight Wolf. Like this deck's kind of crazy. Like don't sleep on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. That being said, Blessed Yu-Gi-Oh signing out. Oh, actually, wait. Quick shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to Midwest Gaming, Pandemonium Gaming, and T4T Tokens. The links to all three should be in the description below. You can check Midwest Gaming out for their deck profiles and from all the online deck tournaments. You can check out their eBay link as well. You can also check out TDT Tokens. I'm sorry, TDT Gaming. I've been mispronouncing it wrong this entire time though. But he makes custom tokens. I just call him TDT Tokens because that's usually all he makes. But yeah, just that. And check those guys out. That's pretty much it. And show me some love, you guys. Appreciate you. Show me some love in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. Bless Yu-Gi-Oh signing out.